Around that same time, WrestleMania 18 was the first WrestleMania I ever went to because it was in Toronto.
Toronto, right?
There's a lot of revisionist history around people thinking that your match shouldn't have been the main event. Was there any talk at that time of making Rock Hogan the last match?
Well, here's full disclosure. I didn't think our match should have been the main event. How do you follow Rock and Hogan?
There were 2 matches after it.
I mean, there's the buffer match and then ours, right? The buffer match would be the match that was put in between the 2 main events of the show. But I was like, how can we compete with this? I mean, dude, this is huge. When Hogan came back, I don't think anybody expected he would be as over as he was. Because Hulk and WCW and Hulk and WWF are 2 different fan bases.
Oh, yeah.
And Hulk and WWF is fucking Hulk Hogan. Like, dude, it's Hulk Hogan against The Rock. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And Rock kind of played heel, but nobody gave a shit. It was just basically like having the 2 biggest teams in the Super Bowl. And you don't even care who wins. You just know it's going to be amazing. And if you watch that match with the sound off, it's not so great. You watch it with the sound on, it's one of the best matches you'll ever see. And I remember talking to Triple H, I was like, dude, and he had said something on Off the Record that really pissed me off. And I remember confronting him about that beforehand. And it was we were at odds already. And I was like, fuck, man. Like, you really want to go on after? He's like, it's the title. It's the world title. The world title should go on last. And in theory, it should. But guess what? The world title match went on before Stadium Stampede in AEW. Because how do you follow Stadium Stampede? You know what I mean? So I just knew that we're going to get fucking blown away by this because people are going to go so crazy for it. And our angle had steam, but it wasn't like Hogan and Rock. You know, it's just Tyson and Ali. If you're playing a video game of wrestling, that's probably the match you're going to choose at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did not want to go on after, but we did. And I've never watched that match back.
Really?
I've never watched it back ever. I didn't like it. I didn't feel it. I thought it was not good. It probably was better than I remember, but I just was just like, ugh.
Wow.
You know, for me, my main event match was versus Shawn at 19. Even though it wasn't the main event, it was one of the main events.
That match is so good.
Well, thanks, man. So that was kind of my retribution to myself, where we had this match that was the main event, and I still have the card at home where it's like main event of WrestleMania, Triple H versus Chris Jericho.
And it's in Canada. That's pretty cool.
It's in Canada, yeah. But the next year was the one that's my WrestleMania moment, if you will.